album News of the World, he became, Roy Thomas Baker kind of backed out and he jumped on as their producer. And then, like I said, he went on to mix the Paul Stanley solo album, which, was produced by Paul Stanley mostly, and half of it was co-produced with a guy named Jeff Glixman, who has a pretty big name in the industry. But anyways, this guy Mike Stone went on to produce that Journey album and the one that followed it. Basically, after that, he drank himself to death. But like we were saying, it's just it was just another. The whole thing just turned into, in my head, another. God, we always talk about talent versus equipment, and I'm going.
Yeah.
We don't need another whole thing on talent versus equipment. We do that all the time.
You kind of beat the crap out of that. We should stop that.
Yeah. Well, when we hear stories, it's nice to relate them to our audience of 4.
Yeah, I know. I still wonder how many people actually. The other one, Anchor, actually had better analytics than this one does. But but I could, whatever. If we did it because we wanted to be famous, we'd be pretty dumb. Because, whatever.
Well, we'd have to change our language. We'd put in more production elements. People who tend to do that find a way to make it pay. I was thinking about this the other day. Do you know who Glenn Fricker is?
No.
He's this really loudmouth guy. He has a channel on YouTube called Spectre Sound Studios. And his whole thing is your bass player is a useless cunt, because most of the bass players that go into his studio can't play and are unprepared. So he came up with this whole thing. It's Friday. Do you know where your bass player is? I'm going, yeah, while you're making YouTube videos, he's probably home banging your old lady.
Or he's out gigging, which is what he's supposed to be doing.
He's just one of these guys who, if 90% of his following is above the age of 16, I'd be surprised.
They're not. Most people are not into that kind of crap and that kind of attitude. So,
I listen to him, but it's strictly an enjoyment thing. I get nothing out of listening to the guy.
Well, remember when we used to watch Wally George, and we used to do it for entertainment value?
Yeah, exactly. It's no different than listening to Wally George. But even he'd be the first to tell me that the information he's passing along has nothing to do with me anyways, because he's genre specific with his information.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, metal. Yeah.
Oh, what is he, British?
No, he's a Canadian.
Oh, that's same damn thing. So, whatever. Canadians, they got a couple cool things going on up there right now because they're doing a lot of physical fitness stuff, and they're doing like a lot of the CrossFit stuff and a lot of advanced physical training. But the thing is that as far as personality, they tend to leave something to be desired. Hey, I'm a racist now. I hate Canadians.
Everyone's a racist, okay?
Apparently they are.
Unless all you do with your life is bitch about Donald Trump, you're a racist and a Nazi.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Oh, and you're what's the other one? Oh, you're a sexist also.
Well, I've been a sexist my whole life. That has nothing to do with Trump one way or the other.
Well, I know, huh? Well, I'm a man. That's, what else? Like, how can you act like that? Well, because I'm a man, dummy. That's why. I'm genetically predisposed to do that.
It's like when everyone was making a big deal about the grab him by the pussy comment. I'm going, and there were guys whining about it. I'm going, dude, when did you chop your nuts off? Because I don't know a single man who's never talked about women in that way when he's alone with another dude.
Yeah.
The fact that some assholes taped it. I think that dude should have his ass kicked.
Yeah, that guy's a gender traitor.
Yeah.
Oh well. Well, you know,
and believe me, women are just as fucking shitty when they talk about guys when they get together.
They are. That's known. And
my woman has flat out told me about how raunchy she talks to her girlfriend.
Mm-hmm, yeah. That's not an unusual thing, but they don't talk. They don't open their mouth. See, that's the difference.
Anyways, rabbit hole time.
Yeah, I know. We're already in one. What's up?
Well, for our audience, whatever, or anyone who might ever listen to this, Mike's been having some issues with trying to decide what kind of photography he's exactly going to go for, to the point it's actually hindering him actually getting anything done.
It is. In fact, when I told you this morning, Rick got caught up with me on Facebook, and he said he wanted to do a podcast about this thing, and I told him, okay, well, hey, I'll see you at 9:00. I gotta go finish my shoot, and guess what? I did not shoot one freaking image, not one. So yeah, so something's got to be done.
Okay, well, for one thing, I can kind of halfway see your point, because did you take your film camera out with you?
Yeah, I took a medium format camera that I have, and the cool thing about that is that it only, because it's a 120 film, I only have like 16 shots on it, and since I took a couple shots, I only have probably like about 12 shots, so it would have been pretty easy. But the problem is that I still didn't take one shot, not one. So I don't know. One of the things that happened was I'm having a hard time even thinking about what to shoot. You know, yeah, I have all these, it's like overload. It's like overload. So I have all these great ideas and nothing ever comes up, or like I'll get in the car and I'll go driving around. Hey, I'm going to go shooting. Okay. I get in the car, right? And I drive around the city, and then I go home because I haven't shot one thing. Well, first I stop at Starbucks and drown my sorrows in frickin' cappuccino, and then I go home. So I don't even have to. I go to Starbucks so often I don't even have to order anymore. I just walk in there, they look at me and they smile, and then I see their heads go down and they start typing in my order, and then I just slide my card. Don't even say a word. Don't have to. Whatever.
They know your secret shame.
Yeah, well, it's the same damn thing. All I ever get is a nice coffee, and the only thing they ever ask me is what size. I don't have to ask. I don't even have to ask to drink. What size? Yeah, they look at me and they go, "Oh God, you look really horrible." Oh, that's Venti. I come in smiling. Oh, it's grinding time. Shit. And I'm so boring. The only thing I ever get is a blueberry scone. So I'm sitting around drinking iced coffee and eating scones. It's freaking ridiculous. Oh well, whatever. Okay, so anyway, back to what we were really talking about. Okay, so here's what I was thinking on the way home. Now I have this, I got a backdrop and some lights and stuff, and I haven't set it up. I think what I'm going to do actually is set that up today, and then just start shooting, putting whatever in front of it, because most of my people won't do it. My kid is annoying. My mom hates to have her picture taken. My nieces and my sister, they live on the other side of the county. However, because it's coming up on Christmas time, I did have a good idea. So anyway, so I'm going to set up my backdrop and just start shooting like weird stuff, and make like still lifes and stuff like that. And then, because it's fairly small, so I can move it out of the way and stuff, and so it's not that big of a deal. But with that, I should be able to shoot film, and I should be able to shoot solid, digital, and I should be able to do all that, shoot whatever I want. And so that would be pretty good. Plus, I don't have to drive anywhere. It would be more about just picking what I wish to shoot as opposed to where I wish to shoot it. So that will eliminate at least one consideration, and that is location, because I know where the location is going to be. It's going to be my garage in front of my backdrop with my lights. So, but here's what I was thinking. We never did any. My family never did any of that thing, like getting Christmas cards made or anything like that. We never did that. So what I was thinking is that because I have two nieces that have kids, and they don't have husbands technically, but they have men. So, and my sister and my mom. Okay, so what I was thinking is that I could get a Christmas backdrop, hang that, shoot everybody's pictures, and make Christmas cards. And then at least-wise, that would give me something tangible, something that's actually been completed and is actually there. Because we talked about in the very first episode. Now, obviously, unless you're on the we're on the other platform, you didn't hear the very first episode. But one of the things we talked about was exactly what we're talking about here, which is where you I hate to use the term overthink because that's not really the correct word, but what you're doing is spending so much time planning and thinking about what you can do and what you're capable of and all this, that you never actually achieve anything. So for those who don't know, I'm a harmonica player. Thing is I have exactly 2 songs recorded, and that is it. And I'm 50 years old. Now I've got a lot of fragments and experiments and proof of concepts and all that stuff, yeah. But as far as actual finished tracks, I have exactly 2. One is Dead Preacher Blues, which was with that crazy dude Dave Burke, and an EDM piece that I did called Squelch, which sounded like that might be a way to go, and then I just never went anywhere with it. So the problem is that I'm afraid, and Rick obviously picked up that this is probably going to happen. I'm probably in danger of doing this, where I talk a lot of crap and nothing ever actually gets produced. So that is what we're talking about right now. So anyway, what I was thinking of doing is shooting Christmas pictures with my family. I mean, like professional looking Christmas pictures using lighting and a backdrop, and then that way, it would also give me a potential some stuff to put in my portfolio, because, like we've stated, I also have no portfolio. Well, I mean, I have a lot of pictures and stuff, but it's a big mix and stuff, and there's no real portfolio to speak of. At least not that I could shop around as well. Everything's artistic, so I can't really shop it around as commercial photography. So by doing this, I think that I could also start to build a commercial portfolio that I could shop to potential clients.
Well, that makes sense, and that's actually a good idea. They sent me on a run Wednesday. Had to pick up beer.
Is this? Hold on. Is this your job or is this your friend?
Yeah. No, my job.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. All right. Now I see where you're at. Okay.
Yeah, I had to pick up at Anheuser-Busch and Van Nuys.
Hey, cool.
and drive it to Parks, Nevada.
Oh shit.
Or Sparks, Nevada. Okay. Now, anyone who doesn't know where Sparks, Nevada is, it's a suburb of Reno.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I went almost, up to Idaho.
Damn.
Yeah, it's way up there. I was running up 395, basically 395 there.
Yeah, I know 395.
Okay, cool. Well, 2 things happened. I found one of the most photo opportunities, mind you, because it was a last minute, hey, you're going to go stay overnight in a truck, that, of course, I didn't grab my camera.
Oh, yeah.
I grabbed I ran through one of the most photo-esque towns I'd ever seen in my life, which is, I think it's called Middleton, which is just south of Carson City. Which, if most people don't know, is the state capital of Nevada.
Oh.
And it's also the city where the old TV show Bonanza is set.
Oh yeah.
But this town, it's the town you always see when they show like towns from the 50s and stuff. Okay. Shops down Main Street, everything's got a porch on it. It's all wood siding and brick in the town.